Hello, Quad Flying Fun here, and look what came actually about a week ago for me. This is the Eachine H8 Mini quadcopter, and I'd seen these and I wanted to do a review on this guy, and it's a different quadcopter, I'll tell you. And I kind of brought out my JJRC JJ1000 for a size comparison. You can see that the H8 Mini is a little bit smaller than the JJRC JJ1000, so it's kind of in a class by itself. I mean, it's in between a micro and a nano quadcopter. So with that said, let me talk a little bit about some of the things. Now, I have flown it. Actually, I've flown it a few times. I wanted to kind of get used to it a little bit, because this is I'm going to tell you straight out, this is not a quad for beginners, because it has two rates. It has high rate and it has insane rate. And I'm going to demonstrate that here in just a second. It's a handful even for me to fly, and I fly quite a bit. Some of the things I like about it, like I said, it has really extreme rates, and the funnels are just insane on this thing. I mean, it's unbelievable what the funnels will do. Now, the prop guards on it are not detachable. They're made right to it, and I think, to be fair with it, this is not meant to be flown outside. I think they designed this specifically to fly indoors, because it has the prop guards and they work well. I mean, I actually flew it into the wall and it flew it up against the ceiling, and it didn't, you know, the props didn't hit the ceiling. I think this is primarily made to fly indoors, and I'll probably have a lot of fun with it next winter when it gets cold and I can't go outside. Has little rubber bumpers for the feet, and that's a nice little touch there. Has a, let me pull the battery back out. I can't remember what the size is on it. I think it's 100, let's see here, 150 milliamp hour, 3.7 volt battery. And it lasts, it's decent. I mean, it lasts 5 to 6 minutes, that's a decent flight time. So, especially for such a small battery. Now, this has the smaller sized motors on it. I think this has got the 6mm motors on it, like a, or maybe it has 7s. I'll have to measure them and see. I'm not sure about that. And I think it's got 7mm motors on it instead of the 6s. They look a little bit bigger than what the true micros have. So with that said, and one of the things I don't like about it is, see, all the props are white. You lose orientation with this thing super easy. Super easy. The only way I can usually tell where I'm at is by looking for the wire, the battery wire hanging out of the back of it. That's how I know how she's orientated. So let's get it plugged in, and let's get this thing in the air so we can see how this thing flies. Now, it does have LEDs, but they're just on the bottom right here. I don't think this would be a real good night flyer because there's no LEDs on the top of it. So I think night flying with this guy is out. But let's get him set up here. And for I think I'd give $8.99 for this. It has headless mode, which is, I thought, a nice touch for something that's this inexpensive. Here's the transmitter. Another reason I think that this is primarily meant for indoors, you have no range whatsoever. I mean, if this thing gets 30 meters away from me, it just falls. It loses bind with the transmitter. So that's a bummer there. But I'm going to get me a Devo transmitter and do away with all these stock transmitters anyways when I do that. And then I'll be able to get some range out of it in flight. But I have to really keep it close to me, because if, like I said, you get more than 10-15 meters away, you lose contact. So you change the rates on this. The power button is right here, so let's go ahead and get it turned. Now, you don't have to hit the thing to bind it. See, it binds automatically. See, we're already hooked up here. Now, this changes the rates. I think that's insane rate, and that's high rate. So let's get it in the air, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about on that. So get her up in the air. Let's walk over here. Okay, bank her to the right here just a little bit. Let me walk away from my trailer. So now, let me get it down here where you can see it. Come back. Come back. I'll get it down here right where you can see it. Now here's yaw rate. Here's the yaw rate. And, okay, that's high. Okay, now I'm going to switch to insane. Okay, here's insane rate. Look at this. I mean, that is incredible there. Let me go into a funnel here, see if I can get it to do it. Look at that. Have you seen a funnel like that ever? Oh, come back. So like I said, this thing is a handful. Boy, when it spins that fast too, it kind of throws the accelerometers for a loop. But that is insane yaw rate. Now it has good banking, but here's forward pitch in high rate. You can see it has good pitch. I can't let it get too far away or it'll lose contact with me. See how fast this thing yaws though? I mean, it is, even in, let me do a funnel in high rates. I mean, it has insane funnels even in high rates. Look at that. I mean, this thing, like I said, it's a blast to fly indoors. It's not much outside because your range is so short on it. I can't let it get too far away from me or it just falls. I mean, more than 10 or 20 meters and it'll fall right out of the air on me. But like I said, I think, to be fair with it, I think this was primarily built as an indoor flyer. It wasn't built to fly outside, and it does that extremely well. I mean, it's fun to get this thing, get it doing them funnels. I mean, in high rates, it's just unbelievable how fast it spins. It's almost too fast. Has good speed though. I mean, it's not as sporty as the JJRC JJ1000, but still, yep, see, flew out of range. Oh, I got her back. Let's see where we're at. Let the wind blow it back. Wind's coming to me, so I'll just let it come back. You see it flew out of range there, and it was only about probably, oh, come back here, come on. Here we go, get him turned around. Let's get upwind here, so if it loses transmitter signal, it just blows it back to me. I can regain it and it'll blow back to me. But see if it gets where it's at. See it fall? It was only out about probably 20 yards there. So that's why I say this is primarily an indoor flyer. It's not made for flying outdoors. You have to keep it really close to you. That's why they made it. It's just fun to fly it indoors with that yaw rate like that. Look at this. Look. That's high rates. Let's get him out here and get him upwind a little bit so it'll come back to me. Okay, going to insane rates. Here we go. Look at that. Look. Incredible. Here's the funnel. Unbelievable. Uh-oh. Well, I landed him on top of my trailer. I think the battery's getting low and it gets kind of funky when when the battery starts getting a little bit weak on it. It starts wanting to do some funky stuff, and plus when you put it in, see where we're at here. Okay, we're back in high rates, not insane. Just like I said, all in all, for what it's designed for, I think it does extremely well. Good indoor flyer, not so good outdoor flyer. Just let me get it up here. Let me go to insane rates and see. It has good pitch. I think if the transmitter had some range to it, you could fly it. You get used to that yaw rate being so fast, you could fly it outside. See, it has good pitch in insane rates, but it's just you can't put it there and keep it there. Yeah, it would fly. So I got a wind coming. You can see the west there, right? The sun's going down right now, and that's where the wind's coming from. You can see it blowing it back to me. But all in all, I mean, for what it is, and no more than I paid for it, it's a decent little quadcopter. But like I said, not for beginners at all, because of the yaw rate on it. Oh, are we flashing yet? Let me look underneath it. No, still not flashing. Let's go back out here a little bit. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, time to land. She's flashing. Let's see if we can put her on the trailer. And down. There we go. So, that's my review of the Eachine H8 Mini. And like I said, there's certain things I like about it. I mean, I'm really disappointed in the transmitter range because I could really fly this quad if it had a little bit of range. But you've seen there in the video that you can't get more than, you know, 20, 25 yards away and it loses contact with the transmitter. So, but like I said, for $8 shipped, I mean, it was free shipping. I mean, it's fun, and I fly it every now and then just when I want to see them crazy yaw rate and funnels that it does. But like I said, not for beginners. This thing's a handful. You got to really get used to it. And like I said, the only way to tell orientation is by where your battery wire is. So hope that helped everybody. If you're thinking about buying this guy, you know, I hope that answered some questions for you. I like it. It's different. Like I said, doesn't quite have the range that I like, but I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to get a different transmitter that'll work with all these quads. And I'll do another review on it when I get that, to actually put this thing through its paces and actually see how it can fly, because I can't really get after it now because it'd fly right out of range the way I fly them. So hope you like that. Give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. And till the next time, see ya. Bye.